Hello. In this lecture, we will discuss elimination of unit productions. First, we'll give the form of unit production. So, we can define the productions like that. So, definition. So, any production of a context free grammar of the form A to B is basically called the unit production. Here, this A and B, it belongs to the non-terminal or the variables. Now, we consider a grammar. So, example, consider a grammar G, okay, whose productions are as follows: S to A to B, B to C, C to small a. Okay, so obviously, by using these production rules, the language generated by this grammar is A. Now, if we remove these productions or the productions S to A to B, and B to C are basically useful to replace this S by C. And to get the terminal string, we need this production rule C to A. Now, if G1 is a grammar whose productions are S to A, then obviously the language generated by this grammar G1 is also A. So now the language generated by this grammar G is basically equivalent to language generated by the grammar G1. So now a theorem let G is equal to Vn sigma Ps be any context free grammar without null production. Then there exists a context free grammar G dash is equal to Vn dash sigma dash P dash S that does not have any unit productions. And that is equivalent to G. So this is a theorem. Now unit production basically complicate certain proofs, and they also introduce extra steps in derivations. Now to remove these unit productions, we need to find unit pair. So the new terminology is a unit pair. So what is this unit pair? Unit pair means pair of variables, suppose A and B, such that A derives B by any number of substitution using a sequence of unit productions. Unit productions only. Okay. Now, to remove this unit productions, we have to find all the unit pairs. Now, to find all the unit pairs, we have to follow this concept. So, basis. What is the basis? Basis is basically A is a unit pair for any variable A, that is A derives A by any number of substitution by 0 step. By 0 steps. So this is basis. So by using this basis, we can find unit pair. And inductions suppose we have determined that AB is a unit pair. And there is a production B to C is in, suppose, P for or some grammar G, where C is a variable. C is a variable. Okay. Then A comma C is also unit pair. Is a unit pair. Now, by using these two concepts, basis as well as by using the inductions, we can find all the unit pairs. So, to remove unit productions, initial step is we have to find all the unit pairs. So now, now I will give an example. Suppose there is a grammar G whose productions are of the form I to A or B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1. Okay. And F to I or bracket of E, T to F or T multiplied by F, and E to T or E plus T. Yeah. So these are the productions rule for the grammar G. We have to eliminate the unit pair, unit production from this grammar. Okay. So from here, first or the initial step is we have to find all the unit pairs. So from basis we can find that E comma A, from here look here, E, T, F and I, from basis we can find they are the unit pairs. So E, T, T, F, F and I are unit pair which are basically find from the basis. Now for so from we can write basis. Okay. Now for induction or for inductive step, for the inductive step, we can make the following, inferences. Number one, EA is a unit pair, is a unit pair, and the production E to T gives what it will give? It will give ET unit pair. Look into this diagram. Look into this grammar. So EE is a unit, but from the basis E comma E, here E comma E is a unit pair, and there is a production E to T. So we have written here this E to T, and from this rule, inductive steps, that if AB is the unit pair and there is a production B to C, then AC will also be a unit pair. So by this we can find that ET is also a unit pair. So similarly, ET is a unit pair and the production pair T to F. So T to F productions are there. So which also gives E to EF is a unit pair, and here also EF is a unit pair and the production F to I. So F to I also gives unit pair EI. So similarly, we can say T is a unit pair and the production T to F gives TF unit pair. TF is a unit pair and the production F to I gives TI unit pair. And sixth, FF is a unit pair and the production F to I gives FI is a unit pair. Now, what we have obtained, how many unit pairs are obtained from here? So total 10 unit pairs are obtained from this, and there is so there are no more pairs that can be inferenced. So ultimately we have obtained 10 unit pairs, right? Now, as we have mentioned that to eliminate these unit productions, we proceed by using two concepts. First, we have to find all unit pairs of, suppose the grammar is G, and second concept, for each unit pair, suppose the unit pair is A comma B, add to the new grammars whose production are P1, add to P1 all the productions A to alpha. We have to add these productions. What is this alpha? Where B to alpha is a non-unit productions in P. So this concept is very much important, non-unit productions. Okay. So by using these two concepts, number one, we have to first find all the unit pairs, and then we have to, for each of the unit pairs, we have to add all the productions of this form A to alpha, where B to alpha is a non-unit productions. So now by using these two concepts, we can write here the pair. We can create a table like this, pair, and here is the production. Here is the productions. Clear? So first pair is E comma E, right? And we have to include P1 those productions that A to alpha, where B to alpha is a non-unit production. So first we go this E. So E to non-unit production is E plus T. So we have to include this production into here. So E to E plus T, this is a non-unit production, E plus T will be included here, right? So always look into this. This second, we can consider that it is a AB, right? We can consider that it is a unit pair of the form AB. So we include, that is all productions A to alpha. So A, here A is a E to alpha. Alpha means this E to, that is this alpha, where A to alpha, where B to alpha. So this E2, we have to find that is there any non-unit productions from this E, and we have seen that from E to E or T is a non-unit productions. So that's why we have to include it here, that A to alpha. So actually the concept is this will be basically the alpha. Clear? So actually the concept here is a alpha. So here A, it is basically the alpha, because E to E or T is a non-unit productions, and we consider that it is a alpha. So A to alpha will be included in P1. So by using the same concept, we can write EE, then another unit pair will come T. So here the same thing, E2, we have to look that is there any non-unit productions from T. So obviously T to T multiplied by F is a non-unit production, so we have to include it. So we have to write here T into F. Similarly, we can write E T, then it will be F. So we have to find the non-unit productions from F. So we can write E to non-unit production is bracket of E, and then E to I, we have to find non-unit productions from I. So we can write E to I means A, then B, then IA, IB, then I of 0, I of 1 we have obtained. So now continue in this way. So again pair and productions, right? So up to E we have completed. Now T comma T. So we have to find is there any non-unit productions from this T. So obviously T to T multiplied by F is a non-unit productions. Then T F. So find T to is there any non-unit production from F? Obviously bracket of E is a non-unit productions. Then Ti. So it will also be T to A, B, I A, I of B, I 0, I 1 is non-unit productions. Now there is a unit pair F. So is there any non-unit productions from F, so you can write yes, F to bracket of E is a non-unit productions, then F I, so F to A, B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1 are the non-unit productions, and finally I is also unit pair. So obviously from I the non-unit productions are A, B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1. Right? Now we have obtained all the productions which are non-unit. Now we combine all these. So ultimately, if we combine all the productions, then we'll obtain that E to E or T multiplied by F bracket of E, A, B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1. Then from T, it will be T, F, bracket of E, A, B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1. Similarly, F, bracket of E, A, B, I A, I B, I 0, I 1, and finally I 2, A, B, I A, I 0, and I B obviously there, I B, I 0, I 1. Now these are the new production rules where no unit production is included. So by using this concept, we can eliminate these unit productions. So thank you.